Hi. So, thank you for coming over to this event, and we'll be talking something about lastly, this is the last session of today's event. We'll be talking something how we can you can join hands with Remax to implement what you have done today. So, like I had promised you in the morning, we are going to have a lot of learnings from today, and we'll be ensuring that we can implement them also. So, let's start with Remax and business opportunities with Remax. Remax is a franchising organization and is franchising to real estate brokers. We'll be talking about how Remax has not only expanded to so many countries worldwide, but also how you can benefit out of it. So it's like a win-win situation for both of us. So what is this? Vada pav. And what is this?
English vada pav.
English vada pav. And what is the difference between them?
Brand.
Brand.
Services.
Quality services. Okay. So as we all know, food needs to be hygienic. As we all know, food needs to be standardized. It should be cheap. It should be affordable. It should be tasty, and you should look good while eating it. So when you are standing here and if it rains, it's a big problem. And when the rainy season it doesn't rain, there are a lot of flies around. But walking to a McDonald's, no such problem. So that's how is different between a organized food and beverages outlet versus an unorganized food and beverages. What is this?
Nothing. Everything.
What is? There is nothing. I said. What is this? Share market. Which Mr. Tandon had referred that this is how share used to get traded, and this is how they get traded right now. Okay? What are the benefits? Like he said, when you buy a share, usually it is the highest price. When you sell, it is at the lowest price, because we never know what is going on in this range. But when you do with this, you understand, you get a clear bill which shows show and collect picture. Now this has happened to stock market. This has happened to food and beverages. Hotels we have seen happening in multiplex showrooms where standardization, branding, scale of operation has changed the industry. However, in real estate broking, very little thing has happened. There is practically no improvement in last 15 years. If you ask a real estate broker what has changed, he would say earlier I used to talk over landline, now I'm using mobile phone. Earlier I used to go on a bike, now I use a car, because bikes are possible. Cars are cheap. Earlier used to have documents typed written. Now we are using digital printers. So basically, as far as broking is concerned, there is very little development. But as far as all other industries, I would say except real estate broking, most of the industries in India have changed. Most of the industries. Say Google. Google has changed many industries. Simple, like if you say libraries, people used to go to library to research, now people go to Google. Real estate broking is also changed thanks to Google. Earlier people used to use newspapers to find out the listing, now people use Google. So if anybody wants to compare a price of a property he is anyways buying, he will just Google it and find out nearby listings and find out what is the price. So this is some what we say a lateral change which has affected all industries, and especially industries in which information was the key. In real estate, information with the realtor was the key, but now Google has reduced that dependence on real estate agent for information. People can write anything about builders online in their blog and you can find it. People can find bad things about the broker. So if you are a broker and if you have cheated a customer, they will write it on their blog and everybody will know it. Wide geography. So real estate earlier was sold to people in the same city. But like I said earlier in the morning, the costliest properties are sold to people outside the city. In fact, we really don't know whether your next customer will be from Kenya, from Brazil, US or Australia. You really don't know. Or maybe next door in Ahmedabad. So geography for customers of real estate has increased multifold. It has increased so much so that builders like Shapat 5, I've seen Shapat 5 advertisements across Gujarat for their projects. I have seen builders advertising in Gujarat Samachar US edition. I've seen people not only buying, this is their advertisement, but Godrej, for example, claims that 60% of sales are done to people outside Ahmedabad. So apart from costless properties, even affordable housing is sold to investors outside Ahmedabad. So as a broker, how do you deal with that? So you are a broker, you're trying to run your business. How do you market to customers way outside? To give you a tip, touchability Jaipur doesn't reach there. So that's not the best advantage. Cost of media. When we talk about touchability, media is costly. Media is very increased its cost dramatically over past 3 years, and it continuously keeps on rising. Even though in US most of the media houses have closed down, in Ahmedabad there are new newspapers come up. So what happens if you want to reach a customer, you have to advertise in multiple newspapers. More so, the effectiveness of media is reduced. Earlier, one newspaper you used to get a lot of calls for an advertisement. Now, multiple newspapers you don't get a call. So the cost of media has increased and its effectiveness has reduced. Now there is outdoor media, there is print media, there is electronic media. Here, the biggest problem what real estate brokers face is that customer is expecting that you sell the property fast, but you don't know where to invest in marketing. You have 1% commission, 1%, but the cost of advertisement is much more than that. So how Remax helps in this scenario? So let us see how Remax comes into picture. Let's go back 40 years where Remax was started. And the traditional scenario in real estate broking was like this, where the boss used to get the highest commission and agents used to get a very low percentage. Like they were paid salary employees and they used to get fixed salary plus a very small incentive. So that led to a set of problems, which is then the boss used to keep on spending time monitoring the agent, whether he's going to show the property or whether he's going to give an interview for another job. Training was the full-time work of a boss because employees used to leave the job fast. Agents are appointed on salary plus commission. So even if there is no production, the boss has to pay salary. And there is a one productive employee, he will say that I am earning less than the boss even though I am more productive. And there is no motivation to agents. So if you combine all of these, you realize that this is what scenario is right now in Ahmedabad. Right now people are on salary, right now people are not motivated. In fact, most of the brokers in Ahmedabad are one-man operation. If you take that main person out, there is nothing left in the company. In fact, most people save on expenses by not hiring manpower. And in effect, give bad customer service. Because if you want to give good service, you need to have more people. So what we did 40 years ago, there is no recognition in growth. How do you grow that person? You cannot keep on increasing his salary because if deals don't happen, you will end up in a bigger lag. So what we did 40 years ago, we inverted the pyramid. The leader office is not a boss, is a leader. And these are not employees, these are broker agents. We have 100 such broker agents in Ahmedabad and we have 10 offices in Ahmedabad. Agents work with us as entrepreneurs. They earn unlimited money as much as they can work. They have higher satisfaction, motivation, and we retain our agents because eventually we give them a path of 100% commission. If you make 1 lakh rupee commission, you take home 1 lakh and pay us a fixed fee in exchange. If you earn 10 lakh rupee commission on some months, some good months, you take home 10 lakh with the same fixed fee which you are paying at 1 lakh. So that's which attracts and retains top performing agents in Ahmedabad, and not in Ahmedabad and everywhere in Remax. But the idea is that we have a clear career path for a person who is new to real estate. The moment he is more productive, he takes home more money. So we have Remax headquarters, which is in Denver, Colorado. It is a US based company. Remax India is based out of Gujarat. Remax Gujarat, me and my partners are owners of Remax Gujarat. We have franchise right for the entire state of Gujarat, and we have under us we have franchise offices. These offices are these offices are there is a physical office and they are franchise owners, and then there are associates. These associates who share the office. So what Mr. Karnan was rightly saying, and which interests me a lot, he foresees a lot of consolidation. So he said small brokers will grow them and become big. So that I was thinking that okay, that's what Remax is doing all this while. When we have right now this individual associates have their own office space and they are doing monthly running expense which is much higher than our monthly fees. So what we propose to our agents is that you eventually become an agent, take 100% of what you want to your home, as probably whatever expenses you are going to do as your own office, you can less than that you can share with the office, and the office has multiple agents. So our largest office, which is owned by Mr. Manan Choksi, has 40 agents. Now imagine if 40 people had their own offices. Each office minimum would cost 15,000 rupees to run. Okay? So there's so much money on the table that's going waste. It is going to the landlords, it is going to electricity company, telephone company, maybe to the peon salaries, or maybe to the overall running and maintenance of the office. There is an expense, but if you just put them in one office, they fit 40 people in a 3,000 square feet office, which is more efficient. Okay? So that's what we do. We are creating a consolidation, we are creating economies of scale, we are creating a big brand, we are creating a software. We can go into that. So how does the broker owner earn? So when if 100% money goes to the agent, 100% is the highest slab. Before that you are into 50-50, so that's where you get a share of commission. But apart from that, if of course 50% is more than 10% what the brokers give right now. So then how does it fit? Our theory is that the more agents you have, you will earn as much as one agent you have right now. If you have 11 agents, you will earn as much. Most probably you will earn more than you earn with one agent. Most probably. Now we have so many offices, we have experience of so many years in real estate broking. We have learned that few 10 productive agents are you earn about 10 times than one productive agent. You know, even with higher commission sharing. So our concept is proven across 7,000 offices. The company's business is 43 years. It is not only a US-based company which is a highly regulated market, but it is also a public listed company. As you might be aware, public listed companies have more compliances, they are more transparent. You can look for the symbol RMAX on NASDAQ, and that's it will give you everything on the company. We have consistently given dividends. We have prices are about $10 more than what it was the IPO was of. It was just a couple of years we did an IPO. But the fact is, it's a very strong company. You can look at the balance sheet, and it has great future. Remax agents can offer any residential, commercial, land, redevelopment, foreclosure, anything they can offer. One of our offices also does property management. Network of over 1 lakh associates. Remax has reached the mark of the mark of 1 lakh. Earlier we were used to be 99,000 something, we used to call 1 lakh. But a few days ago we have actually crossed 1 lakh mark, and we are not yet the largest company by agent count. There are companies which are larger than us, but we still sell more real estate. So even with less agent count, we have more productive agents. So this is what class of people you get associated to when you join Remax. We are more productive agents. So when you join us, you can, your customers will believe that you are also productive, and that is what a self-fulfilling prophecy is all about. When people think you are good, they approach you and you become good. So when you get more customers because they think you are good, you become good. Of course, we do a lot of training, technology, brands, etc., and network. But the biggest achievement of Remax in the last 15 years is that nobody sells more real estate than Remax in the world. 7,000 offices. Biggest benefit of so many agencies, you get agent-to-agent referral. So if an agent out there, say maybe in Mumbai, has a customer in Ahmedabad, they refer to that customer to Ahmedabad. And there is no additional cost, but then they share the commission. So if the deal fructifies and you want commission out of it, you share it. So it's a win-win situation, whether you are receiving referral or whether you are paying referral, you want commission. No territory restriction for any office in any region. So our offices have sold properties in Bombay, even though they are in Ahmedabad. So there is no territory restriction. You can sell anywhere, you can list any property. Opportunity to address NRI and HNI clients. Biggest reason why NRIs don't invest in real estate in India is lack of trust. HNIs don't invest, they do invest, but they do not trust through brokers, they directly approach builders. If you want to invest NRI, HNI, you need a brand which is well known to NRI customers also. For HNIs, you need not only a brand but also a lot of training. How do you address them? How do you meet their demands? Their demands are different than a customer wanting a 2 BHK. More than 50% markets in certain parts of US and certain parts of Canada. In US, we have the largest market share, even it's the most competitive market in the world. We are the leaders since about 20-25 years. In Canada, we have 45% market share. So when there is market share of 45%, most probably whether you buy or sell, there is a Remax agent involved. Most probably, because half the transaction we are there. When such a big leadership is there, it is difficult for a company to grow, but still Remax is growing in Canada, even though the market is not that great in Canada. We are growing at a good steady rate even after achieving the top market share. The business model is very simple. We have agents on commission share. That leads to low running cost for broker office and gives higher commission to the agent. So if you say an average transaction size of 1 crore, commission is 1%. For less than 1 crore, the commission is 2%. And transactions per month is 1 per agent. Remax has done last year financially, we have done 1,000 crore worth of transactions. The year before we did about 800 crore worth of transactions. So you can imagine how much big the commission share is. certain commissions are 2%, certain commissions are 1%, and certain we do give discounts. So it's not always that we get what we, in high stakes people ask for discounts, and that's okay. But it's eventually, even after discount, it is a huge amount. Now, if you say 1,000 crore and if you say minimum 1%, it is 10 crores. Now, if you divide it by 100 agents, it's a substantial amount to take home. And most of our agents were earning less before in the previous job or previous arrangement. Some people were LIC agents. Like Mr. Tandon said, LIC premiums, commission on LIC was reduced, mutual fund was reduced, insurance, general insurance was reduced. So they were not earning enough. So with Remax, they are earning a lot more than they used to. Now, while I may sound that real estate broking is a very lucrative market, but the fact is that the competition is very weak. When anybody, if you go out and talk, what's your impression of real estate broker? They would say, oh, it's a very good impression. Like Vivek said in his panel discussion, he said that due to Remax, he was comfortable telling his parents that he's joining real estate broking, else they would not allow. So this is the unfortunate truth. Even though brokers earn money, even though they have a stable source of income, you do not get social status, and that's what a brand gives them. We have ample evidence that our agents have earned a lot more than they used to, but still they have joined real estate broking only because it was Remax. So that serves two purposes actually. It attracts good agents. So if you have a franchise office, you can attract good agents from good households who otherwise would not have gone for real estate broking. Secondly, it attracts good customers that thinking it's a good brand, people deal with it comfortably. So how do you create the biggest brand in real estate broking? So this is a question which I ask many media companies, just for the sake of it, for their opinion. Media companies suggest that you should advertise. That's what builds brands. But if advertisement builds brands, then all media companies would have the biggest brand in the world. Did you see the World Cup semi-final? Did you see that India match, which was very crucial? Did you see everybody saw? So on the ground they had 4 advertisements. Which 4? Can anybody, can as a group we can decide which 4 advertisements were there? Did you see the World Cup?
Coke.
Coke? Is he right? He was just joking, right? See, everybody saw, but those companies paid a humongous amount to be there. And you people forgot. How could you? So bad of you. थोड़ा keep some, have a heart. थोड़ा तो सोचो उनके लिए. मुझे कभी-कभी लगता है वो लोग free products दे दे. Coke would have given 100 crore Indians free Coke. It would be cheaper. And some people would like that they said get hooked on it. But they chose, I think free giving is not suited to the brand. So they chose to give 100 crores in advertising, which we don't remember anyways. So when it comes to building brand, what most people forget is advertising doesn't build brands. Advertising doesn't build brands. Most people forget. So what does it do? So how do we do it? How Remax goes about is people build brand. Each of our agents is our brand ambassador, and we have 128 people, 100 agents, then there is BO staff, then there is broker owners themselves, regional owners and regional owners staff. So there would be around 100-150 people in Ahmedabad building the brand of Remax. Like this. So when there are so many people carrying the same visiting card, when they are behaving in a very professional manner, we create a big brand. So such a big brand is not built by Amitabh Bachchan. He can be our brand ambassador. and he will charge us a lot of money. But if somebody inquires, can you help me sell a property in Chandkheda? Nobody can. So that's how our philosophy is, that the more number of agents we have, we create a bigger brand. And today, you won't believe, in 5 years, not a single real estate company has recruited so many agents that we have done. Even though they were 30 years older than us, 15 years older than us, they have not been able to survive and grow in this market, whichever market it was, whether it was fresh sale or primary sale or resale, whichever market. But we could do. The reason is that our agents are motivated, are trained, have a good commission share, so they go out in the market, they work hard for each transaction to complete and satisfy the customer. This satisfied customer gives us repeat business without a single advertisement. We do 2-3 cycles of brokerage without a single rupee of advertisement in a spend. Training. So every common sensical person knows that any service organization requires training. We are in this hotel staff needs to be trained. We go to airline staff needs to be trained. But what about real estate brokers? Where do they get their training from? It's a big mystery. Nobody in Ahmedabad does training. We wanted to hire trainers from outside. For real estate broking, to train our agents, we could not find them. There are sales trainers. There are so many trainers who can train staff to sell insurance policy, to sell cars, to sell another products. But for real estate broking, nobody. So what we did was, we trained our own agents. We have successful agents who, like Kananbhai, successful brokers, office owners who train their agents, and this created a higher level of training, knowledge amongst the agents. So such simple things has helped our agents to be more confident and get more business. Now, we not only train on sales and marketing, legal aspects, technology, image model, but we also train on soft skills, on things like which is like when the agent is stuck, we train them. It's like more of a coaching. It's not just a classroom training. Technology. No business today works without technology. So many people ask me, will technology replace brokers? The answer is very simple, and if somebody asks you, you can tell them too. Technology will not replace brokers, but technology will replace brokers who are not using technology with brokers who are using it. So tech-savvy agents will replace non-tech-savvy agents. This has happened every place we see. Just imagine a travel agent who says, no, I will not use computer to book your tickets. You will say, okay, I'll do it myself. Just imagine a bank who says, no, we will not use a computer. Just imagine a hotel who does not have a website. So you cannot check house or just before you go to that country. It's impossible. Likewise, real estate brokers, technology is like base level, very much required. We offer 3 major technologies. One is iConnect, which is a listing technology where properties are listed. One is Main Street, which is where agents seek a training material and contact agent to agent for referrals. It is referrals, training and networking. And then there is Remax Design Center, so which helps you create marketing material for resale property. So iConnect gives search engine optimized listings for each agent, and also that each website gets a URL which you can use it in WhatsApp. You can use the same URL in Touch-Bridge cover, so people can look at the property before they call you. You can also email bunch of URLs to your prospective clients. So this is a platform to upload properties, and it is one of the best platforms which is used in 70 countries. It is multilingual, and Gujarat is one of the languages of that portal. This is design center example. You can make cards, you can make e-postcards, you can make birthday greetings, you can make listing, marketing material. Why this is important? Just imagine from a customer perspective, if you want to buy 1 crore rupee apartment in a fresh new property, the builder will give a thick fat brochure which explains everything. But same 1 crore rupee apartment you want to buy in resale. Then you will say, okay, I have the keys, come, I'll show you. But he wants to show it to other family members, his friends, his colleagues at work. So he needs some return information. He does not get any. Now imagine it's the same 1 crore rupee he has to invest. So what this software does is that you can create a professional looking marketing material. You can take photographs and make a design center, make brochures out of it. So when you do this, customer is satisfied whose property you are selling, that this agent is so professional. And when the customer is buying, gets the information what he needs and likes to buy a property which is presented well. Next, around the world, we are in 100 countries. We are we have stopped our global expansion as we are more, but most of our countries are, most of the big economies we are already present in. In India also we are in 20 cities, so we are the only company who works on multi-city. Apart from IPC, International Property Consultant, we are the only company who has presence in multiple cities. As we speak, we are in Gujarat, we are in Baroda, Navsari, Surat, Gandhidham. We are in Bangalore, Bombay, Pune, Delhi, Hyderabad. How much brokerage do Remax agents charge? This is a very important question which I get always, because people think that the more it's a bigger company is costlier. Actually, it's up to the agent to charge. Agent can charge more, agent can charge less. If an agent is thinking it is a hard work to sell, he can charge more for commission for the property. If agent thinks that this is his friend and he can charge less, it's up to the office and the agent to decide how much commission they charge. And it is up to the office to decide how much desk fees to charge to the agent on a monthly basis and share how much commission. Our philosophy is very simple. We have more agents. First, we flood the market with a lot of good quality agents. Agents bring a lot of listings, like we have around 3,000 listings on our website. More listings result into sales. Now this is the link where our training, our marketing, our technology comes into picture. When you have more listings, naturally, and you do a lot of sales effort, you have more sales. And we don't leave once the sale is over. We ensure that the customer gives another referral. So we train our agents to give such a good service that you get one referral. So when you get more sales, you get more referrals, and when you get more referrals, you get more leads and more repeat customers. And this leads to brand awareness. So it's a very simple cycle, but somehow not a single company has been able to do it. This leads to more and more profit. As we have more agents, if one more agent joins Remax, every month at the end of the year we have 12 more agents. And what is the competition doing? Competition is thinking that if I have one agent, it will be cost for me, but it is revenue for us. And eventually we take on the market one agent at a time. So benefits of joining Remax in a nutshell is BBTTN. It's brand, you get the biggest brand in real estate. It's business model, you get a business model which is low on running cost and high on motivation. Training, you get nobody in the provides as good training as we do. It's a challenge, there is no competition actually in training. Whom will you compare with? Technology, nobody in India provides technology like we do, because here you create your own brand, and what I have told you is just 1% because today is not a technology seminar. So technology and network. So network is of so many agents in Ahmedabad. So we have transactions between agents. That is the wonderful part of Remax, where the buyer is represented by an agent and a seller is represented by another agent, and they both deal and they both get one commission, 1%. So easiest way to change real estate broking in Ahmedabad, and is to join Remax and start your real estate broking. Be part of world's largest real estate broking network today. It's very simple. You don't have to do what all we did. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can just join Remax and you are in the biggest company. Day one. So that's it from my side. Any questions I would like to answer? Any questions? Yes.
You told that the charges of the brokerage depend on the agent and the table charges. But what are the minimum charges?
It's dependent on the agent. Yeah, so the market rate is 1% and 2%, and the minimum charge, what we see, this is how we train our agents, that you should charge according commensurate to the effort that you have to put in to sell the property. So there is no minimum charge. They can do it for free also if there is a logic. So, but you have to be honest to the broker owner. If you are doing for free because your friend is needy, you want to do it for free, it has to be decided beforehand, and there should be no malified intention that you are actually going to pocket the money and you are not going to share 50%. So that's where there is no minimum in our company. You can do it for free, and maximum you can go as much. Remax agents in US, by the way, and Canada charge 6%. 6% is the charges in US. The reason is that we have such a big market share, and we tell our agents that if you want to earn money, you have to charge 6%. It is not worth your time, and they get enough business. So there is no price cutting. So one day, what we envisage, one day in Gujarat, we have 500 agents. We'll be the largest company, and then we'll decide. Remax did the same thing in US. Day one, they did not charge 6%. They charged 6%, and when the market share, they had 80% of the market share was run by big companies like Remax. All the big companies decided that we'll charge 6% because there are small companies, they need to grow also. It was a noble thing that they did. But today, Remax has the largest market share and the highest commission. So our agents earn a lot more. So eventually we want to say, for example, you are working in a property which is 25 lakhs. To sell a property of 25 lakhs, it will take about same time and energy as much as it will say of 75 lakhs. So 75 lakhs will give you 3 times the revenue. So what we want to do is, on a lower ticket size property, either we should not work or charge 3%. Because it's simple, it gives you 3%. Yes.
Is there any opportunity for franchisee office?
Yeah, still we are open. In Ahmedabad, we have a lot of areas which we have not been able to give a franchise till now. So yes, there are opportunities to franchise the office. For that, you have to come and meet us at the office. We can do a person-on-one discussion. Our franchises are predominantly on the Pradhan Road and ST Road. So right now we are looking for other locations actually. So we need to understand your location, your investment capability, and how you plan to be different than the normal broker.
What is the qualifications and experience in the Remax?
Yeah, pretty much if you can understand the Remax concept, then you are good enough for a Remax, joining as a Remax agent. For a franchise office, you need an office space and a franchise fee. But for an agent, actually what happens is we are an agent, the office owner decides what kind of agents they want. They have full freedom. We cannot force them to recruit any agent. They have to work with him day in, day out. But what we have seen is each office is a different class of agent. So there is an office which works with a particular class of agent. A certain office works with a lower class of agent who deal with, say, maybe sub 1 crore property. And then there are offices which work on commercial properties. So more than qualification of an agent, you have to match your vision of real estate broking with the vision of the office you are associating with. So if you want to have a long-term relationship, then vision should match. Because I have seen offices who are focused on doing Godrej or low-cost housing, mass transactions only. I have seen offices who do class and only do pre-lease transaction. All make money. It's not about money. But then if you're an agent thinking of doing, I want to do low-cost housing bookings, but you are in a pre-lease office which focuses on pre-lease, you will be dissatisfied. So that is how you have to meet a lot of owners and see which one will take you and which one you will take. Yes.
I'm already into my own business currently, but can I take it as a part-time thing? And I'll be looking forward for some infrastructure support as well, like you said.
Office space.
Office space.
Yeah. So this is the biggest question worldwide. Can real estate agents be part-time? It is not that Remax faces in India. In US also we face this question. Now, to be very honest, part-time people get part-time results. Full-time people get full-time results. So what we have seen over a period of time that when we had so many agents, many people left Remax, and those people who were part-timers. But many part-timers made money and then they left their job. So if you are looking to transition from your office slowly straight into real estate broking, Remax is a very good option. You don't have to invest much. You get all the support, brand, training, technology, everything, day one. But eventually you need, if you want to earn a lot of money, you have to think that you want to go full time. Any business, I would say even if you want to be an investor in real estate, you have to give a dedicated time to it. Then only you will earn money. Even if you want to start your own office, you will have to be full time. So my advice to you is you can test waters for a few months, but real money people earn. If you want to earn 20 lakhs in a year, no part-timer has earned 20 lakhs. If you want to earn 5 lakhs in a year, lot of part-timers have earned 5 lakhs. But 20 lakhs, 5 lakhs is a 4 times difference. So we have seen agents leave their job, take a leap of faith. For 6 months, there is not a single transaction. 1 year, eventually they earn a lot of money, much more than their previous job. But that's where I wanted to show the difference between like the life cycle of an agent over a period of 10 years. I wanted to show that, but I didn't do it specifically because that would be a little bit selling you like Mr. Tandon said, it was like assured scheme. Real estate is not assurance. So we didn't want to do that, but I'll give you a simple example that any business, any job, you will get a stable increment which is commensurate to your ability and the cost of living, and both. So if you improve your ability, they promote you. If you improve the market, cost of living increases, they give you a little bit high. In real estate, the graph is very the curve is very high. The senior you become, your income grows exponentially. I have seen an agent who has earned about 5 lakhs in first year, and in the third year of his association with Remax, he has earned 30 lakhs. Now give me a business or a job which in 3 years increases your income 6 times. No false promises. There are agents who have earned same 5 lakhs after 3 years. But then there are agents who have earned a lot. And the probability, real estate there is a chance that you will earn so much. So accordingly take a decision whether you have to be part-time or full-time, but these are the figures.
It's not feasible to leave your existing business altogether and to switch to new business.
Yes, so you have to transition it. So, I'll give you a big company example, ITC. ITC knows that tobacco causes cancer. Have you used any other ITC product which doesn't cause cancer? Have you used?
John Blair. Clothing.
Which one?
John Blair clothing.
Bill's Lifestyle.
Bill's Lifestyle or John Blair clothing.
Yes. You have used Classmate, book, Dio, Sunfeast. So now this is the beauty. What does ITC do? It slowly transitions into non-tobacco because they know tobacco is going to kill people and it is going to be a bad business. So we know we have to store it. ITC for that division did not make profit in 6 years for the non-tobacco division. You can look at the balance sheet. So this is you are here, you are doing say maybe stockbroking and you want to slowly transition to real estate broking. For 6 years ITC could not do profit, you are a human being. How will you want labor? Okay, Sunfeast cookies are great, I love them. Dark, fantastic. But for a long time ITC did not make a dime out of making Sunfeast. Not a dime. Reliance, what do you see? Reliance retail is a big money maker. They slowly transition. So what I would suggest is become an agent, attend meetings, learn the ropes. When you get the confidence, when you get the money, leave the old business. But till then, you can ride on both horses. You will not earn more money. That is something which I can tell for sure. In Remax, you will not earn more money if you are part time. If you give full time, and what Napoleon said, Napoleon was a very big conqueror. He said, burn your bridges. So either you do or die, either you win or you kill yourself in the war. So he sent armies to other countries and he used to burn the bridges. So nobody can come back unless they build the bridge again. So you have to burn your bridges and then you have to conquer. That's what initiates a killer instinct in an entrepreneur. And that's the key to success. That's where Remax agents are different than salaried employees of the builder, salaried employees of the broker.
Charge of agents. For being Remax agent, what's the charge?
As a commission?
Being agent of the Remax.
Yeah, it ranges from 3,500 to 10,000, depending on as a monthly fee, depending on the commission share you choose. So it ranges, but eventually you have to see what is your take home. So eventually, when you say a minimum, even if you are on salary, you have to perform. You cannot say that okay, I am on salary, so my income is secure. But if you are in sales business, you have to perform. So likewise in Remax also you have to perform, and then you have to work out that if I do 5 lakh worth of commission, if I am I am paying 5,000, so 60,000 I am paying on fixed, and if I am on 50-50 sharing, to work out. So you have to get offers from various offices, and then you will know how well can you perform, how well can you take home how much money. Anything else?
Whether Remax provide advisory service on real estate?
No, we are a broker and we are a strict broker. As an individual, you can provide on your own, on your business experience. Advisory services require a lot of research. Advisory services also require a lot of transparency in the business. We publish data in US, which is the industry standard. Everybody follows Remax housing report, which is published every few months. And this report is subscribed by even people in India. But that is a very transparent market. In India, we don't want to risk that. And in any out of the 100 countries we operate, in most are non-transparent like India. We don't do any research paper or anything because it's how it is. Nobody knows the real picture.
No, but you have a lot of case studies, incidents.
Which we cannot document.
Why?
Because it's somebody's black money involved. So yesterday, few weeks ago, we sold a property worth 17 crores. So in front of camera, I put that agent and I said, tell him about the story of 17 crores. He said, but the property value on paper was only 2 crores. So I don't want to say on record it was 17 crores. We can't do anything. So if in front of reporters, they are asking us that how much your agents sell, how much agents earn. We cannot tell them because it's a disputed, the information in this entire real estate industry, information is the only problem. If you know that the last deal done in your society is 50 lakhs, you would not list your apartment at 65 lakhs. You don't know actually what price it was done. So you just, you think it was 65, so let me list at 65. And then your apartment doesn't sold for 2 years. Then market automatically realizes, see, I wanted to sell at 65, so I sold. We have lost on 2 years of interest. So information we really don't know. Remax through its informal network, we do exchange information over WhatsApp. And everybody knows my agent calls another agent and says that I have a listing on this building. He says I recently did a transaction in this at this rate, so we really know what is the price. This is more important than any public information, more reliable, I would say. Yes.
Leads are provided by Remax or it is generated by agents?
So we generate, suppose we did this event, we generate a lot of leads. We don't, as Remax, we don't have any agents, so we pass it on to agents. Now the agents have to deal with them. But Remax region, Remax broker office are not the single source of leads. Any businessman should have multiple sources of leads. We train them. They have personal circle, internet, everything. There are 14 different sources of leads that we train our agents on. What we provide will be a small part of it.